Sukuyi omo atofa ho no abu abo emofra sa emofra no awu emofra sei na woli abo wo mu ntia wo mu awu yeda ya ho bana se eboruam ewo Zambia man mu a sansem we mu nkyere mu nyina bebu akwa mu ewo ye ndwumade so eno so nkoda nche no ibeboruam ewo Mozambique man mu opposition amanyokuo won kandini yekọ abato so a wodi muncho wakasa wo kyeremu se na titafo nyina enko monten so nkoye basabasa titafo yi atie no na basabasa no chi no eden na eba yeda ya hoba na se boruam awo Mozambique man mu a sansen we mu nkyeremu bebu akwa mu awo ye ndwumade so sa anso ana wo dwumade so no ibekwa akopiem awo Uganda man mu bia ya de kasese arehosem de be free wa bro ene se emofra mienu bi ensuo afa wo mo wo mu awu die na mofra yi ekoye wonsuo hu afa wo mo anase die mpokra na de saa arehosemi ababesue kasesefo awo Uganda man mu no yeda ya ho bana se eboruam awo Uganda man mu a sanse we mu kyeremu bebu akwa mu awo ye ndwumade so eno anso ho a eboruam awo Nigeria ahinkro ede Abuja edan abubu akum nipa enso akwaya arehosem pa wo Abuja edi na kofa saa wudie yi anase edi na kofa saa toranchemi eba ye yeda ya ho ba na se eboruam ewo Abuja yebeji ensem we nkyeremu ewo dwumadie so enano pai ensem a ebo akwa mu se wake up Africa no de bedi makotene ana media to animu sabre ye na ye ho ani eja bre no mu emma Serafina na one na pamfo emfa freedom is coming tomorrow emreyen yekoba ya ensem no mu nkyeremu bebu akwa mu ye ba sesi ye ewie adesimama sabre yada ya ho na ya sanso ba ne santino ene wake up Africa dwumadie no yanko se nyina ase enfree Mozambique man mu ya nyina ye nim se oman bia abato bre eso a na tiwamufu a wo mu ewo sa man mu no na wona so ayehye pa empire bonko a kopem se abato ebebo na wieye na ne yebeka se wodi nkunim no obia gye ne ho atum anaso obia te ne ho ase na nipa na to so anaso nipa na babedi akonwa na abato hye ase a enya de a wutimi da ne kenkan mu onsunu gujam ya wie kra yakase obi na adi nkunim na no kra ne kankan ne nyina ne sese mentime wase ba se ekim etimi de oye ne pa ebe oman ni nyina mu na Mozambique man no ekọ abato so enche kra na timamufo echemu a amanyoku a edi ade no wo mo ho afon wo mo nti wo mo atu atia sa amanyoku yi ne kese pa mu na sa amanyoku no so no won kandini ene Daniel Shapo endi wo nim ne nti a abato no bana wie na ne nsunsanso no asanso akoko wie se Daniel Shapo ye wo mo timamufo yi atutia no se ne be ya anka akonwa no be free amanyoku a edi ade no nsa na babedi opanya ne din ede Venancio Mondlane a wono na ye opposition amanyoku ne nsa no akonwa yi anyamai a se da so amanyoku a edi ade ensemu a Daniel Shapo na ye kyeremu a wodi nkunim enti ase anya adwuma kra omoti omugu montezo ye kyera kyeremu se omo ntiase abato no nwemu abam na opposition amanyoku wonka ndini amabo ne din Venancio Mondlane no wono ana ehye na chitafo kutupa se mamunya ye kyere ye da muntinsi montezo na munye ye kyere enti se wo se Mozambique opposition amanyoku chitafo ye kyere denden dia ne ne opposition panyimpa na ahye won se wonye sa ye kyere no na ye kyere mu nsu na posifo de eni wo mo dia fe so pa eni mu nipa bi mu aprapra ama ensentrofo kra omudi achire na omutwa mfonyi na afi no omudi tu mframa sei na ekọ no ebinum kura preprai nsentwani baako a wono no aya wokuta camera edi twitwa no wono ana ne nan yedi ahye POP mu a wokuta nade a wonante bai ne din ane Hekulano Marengula okasa na ochire mu se oh Mozambique man mu de ahobambo bia ni wo ade man centrofo omote omani mu te se de aban no asi naduafie bi na odi omagum na wo ye ni wo pe centrofo bebre na awu na omugina yese omokwama no kore adwuma omu ye nyina Mozambique nyina no chese ehunku a na omode ye yentinsima sa centroni wo kan ye
zera pena vou dizer que é
Clearly, there's no security for journalists. We live as if in a government-controlled prison. We've already lost several journalists who fought to bring truth, but were silenced. We work with fear.
Na ni akwa ne se emabunu dodo na na se omudi achita soronko akoma opposition opanyin a okire mu se wadi abato no nkuni mu a ya wia no no na eno amasa opanyin so afa kwan wi so asesei one emabuni edi nkomo a wo kire mu se mo nkwan ye kire nyina ne se abefo tinta video so ye obi a friend say live na say ugina so a wokasa na obi ehu de wina otimi kogina no bi so na afa obo obi ama ne say me na meka say entibon se na omunyina abo omo ho ano ekuta phone na obi ehwebi etie de woka kire wo mo mame ne din ede Zenaida Machado wono ekasa adimanipa fa hodie o kire mu se ne yakoso pa no central for fa hodie ne ye ka hye sa no na afa so nipa okasa bo ano ni nyina ne ye ka hye wo man no mu sa no entiensi mama
clear attack on freedom of the media, but is also an attack on freedom of expression and freedom to protest.
And they say wo Mozambique man mu no ne yakoso no ya kire pa ana yakoso enam say abato na akoso no opposition manyokuo wonpanyi mpa na say wonkandini Venancio Mondlane ekire mo wadi nkonim ene yawiam ade ma amanyokuo edi ade no ne Frank Atunia ne din ede Daniel Chapo eno ana ama mentimo ase aba ya kire koso na opposition nso di wo hu agimu sansem no mu nkyeremu ne nanopa ye de abrawo ewo Globe TV so yi ogusu a wo hwe abibiman mu nsem wake up Africa our Globe TV so sabe ye na ehun free Mozambique mine mu na yenko PM awo Nigeria mine mu Nigeria mine no ahinkro ene Abuja na arehosema asie ewo Abuja ene se edan bi abubu akum nipa enso na koya sa dan fa so bubu ye nyina no ene se empotemu na dan ni sie no kyese adan wodo wo nyina nya dan papa ashisha kam enya kwa bebubu ne santi aban ama ye di paint amake ho se da sei ye beba bubu ni nyina agu won ma dan ye omode ano so anya entiase sa entiamre no so ye ema wo mko se wo mko bubu a emrante ye omota asesa nade fom ekokotonya sika no wo mo nso na akwaje ho aboso yi omaye ho man machine sim na ebubu dan na mrante yi atwetwe iron rocks asesa nade ahodo na machine ebubu na mrante enenamu na krache no montwemo ho ma enya adwuma se ye fa ha musan alna mo yesa de empanyefo ka e bia nya de mrante yi tie ye enti edan ba ko ho a chese ye di caterpillar yi asim ya dwifagu enti mrante ye awura mu a omokọ sesa nade yi do mehu ane se afa na aka no abu ababe kata won so ama na akwa ye anibre sempa papa ene munyiyo menayo ye mu frenyankopon chese ane se nipa dunan na wo esasia ese omobo mo modian yi nipa nso anje muni se nso na aka no wo nyina awu opanyi a wo no ene di animu ama wo mo akoko budan no Abdurrahman Mohammed ekasafa asasemi hu ne esi ye nyina o kire mu se edan na wo mo bubu no na mrante yi a omosisa nade fom no omaba begu hu obi epe iron rocks o kire mu se omaye de ometimi bia se omma mrante yi enko omaka bibia anya de mrante yi tie otu oni hwe esoro nyina mrante ni gu ho chese asodi na ama we nyina aba yentiensema opanyi ekan ye
the houses the people are just scavenging for iron road and that's what exactly caused it. For iron road, we have been sold to them. They learned that the development control were here the day before yesterday, that's on Thursday, and they know that they will not be here on Saturday and Sunday. So they want to use the advantage and come and scavenge for iron road, and that's what caused this one. You can see him from up there. You can take the picture all over. They are still. We are trying to make sure that
na efonida ba bontia wabra sa nipa yi na wo mo hihye dan na se no ye yi bie no eno na mprempren wo hwe timu se obi dan bubu agunu so ama ne ho nyina ye fi na yeyi no bi nso kra yeyi ni wi a wontimi nante se wo mugu so dan ahode na wo ho nyina na ye bubu ni nyina na ya ka kire obi bia se obi ama ho na de se ya ka kire mu se obi anyai ene se o mo ya asoden a ama se dan na bubu agu nipa nson so a wo mo awu no enti ni asi wo Abuja aye Nigeria man na hinkro eno no wo Aha, aye Globe TV so ugusu a wo hwe abibiman mu nsem Wake Up Africa jumadie yi sabe ya daya ho aba na yasan so ato ansem no so yakopiem awo Zambia man mu wo bia ya ede kabwe na wo saa kabwe ho no suku bi wo ho edi nda so ene Angelina Primary School wo Central Province saa suku yi chese ban ya wo mo ato afa ho no saa ban abubu akum suku mofra mienu akwakoye arehosempa ni nyina ene se suku mofra yi anenam wo mu edi agro wo suku mu ho eja ya ma break ane se ka kese bi abawura suku mu ho ni nyina ne se suku no atonyoma bi a eya danse hu nyoma ka yi ede ba na ababe yi agu ho ane se ka yi akwa bo sa wall mu a wall ya bu abo mofra yi mamye ne din ede Charity Munganga wono ane Central Province Commanding Officer ni oka nyina ene se suku mofra no edi agro wo ban no achi saa ena ka yi ebo ban no mu a chese ban no bubo bo mofra no so mofra mienu a wo mu ewuye yentenzi mama mi eka ye
by the name of Miriam Benga and Precious Mandela who had died at this school. What happened was they were walking from home going into the school because they were supposed to report in 12 hours. Unfortunately, as they were going in, there was a truck that was reversing and the driver missed the gate and hit into the wall.
And watching the mami was answer to us so can say sa asemisi wie no e no shankani no no akọ post station didn't who call yes say na si o say na mami kan nsemi ato aso.
So after the accident, the driver reported himself at Kabwe Central Police. As of now, he's being brought to Wacha Police Station because the accident happened within the jurisdiction of this police station.
Afeya banka chipani ane di ane Lennox Chimwamba ono nso kopie mu ho okasa ya okan se ara ho sempa ana asie sa no na sese no omunye abusuani nyina edi nsewoso na afi omohwe asem no ni pumasi bre ne moa aban ne betimi di aboa abusua no yentensema aban kra chipani ono nso kan ye
school and the community at large. Every parent wants to see their children into school and back home safely. Ours now is to hold hands with the family to make sure that we provide as much as we can in terms of food, in terms of tents, and just mourn with the family.
And watchi head teacher at the mosque no, and so ekasayo chimu se. Ni oni oti ya ne se dedebi ana opie babo nten obehu se arehusem sei ana asie ewo ne suku no mu. Okasa nyina ne kasa no kra maye ne ra hopa ne din ane Teresa Barilla yente ne nsema wokan ye no.
And I came out and found that the truck that was parked is doing the school materials, the school hall. We are the school hall. So he missed and bumped it.
Na chese wo Zambia mainum ye di Kabwe Angelina Primary School arahusema asie wo ho no ɛno ane yɛde nkyerɛmu nyinaa ma wo ɛna nɔpa yi ɛwɔ dwumadie so yi ogusu a wohwɛ Wake Up Africa dwumadie yi ɛwɔ Globe TV so sabe yɛ na ɛho ɛfiri Zambia man no mu na yɛnkɔ piem ɛwɔ Uganda man no mu wɔ Uganda man mu no biaeɛ bi ɛde kasese na wɔ saa kasese hɔ no awerɛhosɛm a asie wɔ hɔ ɛne sɛ nano mmɔfra bi a na wɔn mo ɛfiri afuo mu ɛba na enyo monko mo ne maame enana efiafo mu ba omoduru bia ya ede sebwe ensuo bi eda ho no emofra yi eyese wo mu atware nsuo yi na maame edi wonachi emofra yi de wanyini wo mu kra no ono ye panyin no wade mfie du baako na de odi akire okuta ne nsa no ade mfie nan enchemu ne se panyin no epae na enam se na okuta ketewa ne nsa nti no wo pass a wotom na otwe ketewa no nso ka ho na nsuo yi efa wo mienu nyina na ohwe emfanyi ye pa woman na nso na pio mu akwa baabi a woman nan etete ho no ekoba ne sei maame a kyese wohu bi sei jane no mogu wodi sun tie mu se nipa mero ko kura ben wo ho ne nipa meboa mi na nipa dodo na firi krom ho eba yekuta enua hodo na ebegu ensuo yi mu omo ye se omo yi emofra yi nam se na mofra na akwa hye ho achenti no omo mode ayi mofra die ne mom omo yi omo na omowu opanye wo no na adwamtenani edema empatamu ho ni di ene James Katalikawe okaza no chire mu se no kra ensu atopa ama nsu na ye mabuso ama emofra menu ede wo mukọ yentiensem a wopanyi eka ye
two children who were coming from the garden crossing the river Isebwe going to their home, and one Mohendo Linet of 13 years was carrying his
wama omukọ ho nyina kọ boa se omuyi mofra nyina no ekoyi mofra na wu no obi a ede areho dane nani esanso ekọ fie na ohwe se womukọ duru fie kọ tenatena efom na obi a boto ne womudi omone ekọ hu no areho omudi emuyi aba fie fe na ommepe bre na fe no omosie emuyi na fe no moye emofra ye na so mokato achi kra areho sema asie ewo kasese ewo Uganda man mu no ena media brewe awie adesimema ya de enadwumade ne besi ha sorry so ama brofo kase mu kase bo ene yese ne sen dwumade na to aso ama adomdo mie na repam rebesan so ahia makro bibia.
Friday, the 1st of November 2024. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Wake Up News on Globe TV. I am Bright AWUSI, our top stories. And coming up in the next 40 minutes, NDC and NPP presidential candidates lock horns in the battle of questions and answer tags ahead of December polls. And President Akufo-Addo has endorsed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the ideal successor to lead Ghana forward. Still on election costs, the National Media Commission is launching a media watch app to combat misinformation and disinformation ahead of Ghana's general elections. And in business, the government announces to support private businesses to foster growth and international competitiveness. And later on the international front, volunteers plant samplings across Iraq to fight global warming. You've got details of these stories and many more coming up shortly in the next 40 minutes if you spend your time with me. to the program. Remember, we are streaming all across the world on Facebook at Globe TV GH. You can join us with your thoughts and comment. With 36 days to 2024 general elections, the NDC and the NPP presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia have locked horns in a battle of questions and answer tasks, each posing questions to the other. In the following reports, I delve into the new trend in Ghana's political landscape. In the build-up to the 2016 general elections, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was the running mate for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, dragged the then former Vice President, Kwesi Mr. Arthur, to answer 170 questions. In response, Mr. Arthur argued that the most important questions have been answered.
The most important part was my counterpart, my colleague, the running mate of the NPP. He still claims that he has 170 questions that we have to answer. And all over the country, we have answered the most important questions that he has asked.
After a long pause from the battle of words, calls are becoming ripe for a fight behind the podium with words.
I am looking forward to a debate with John Mahama on the economy, on the country, on the governance. But I'm afraid that he's running away from a debate. Isn't it? His people say he doesn't want to debate. But he doesn't want to debate because he knows I will expose the emptiness of his policy.
This call did not sit well with the NDC presidential candidate, John Dramani Mahama. According to him, he will not elevate the vice president to his level in a debate.
Nana Akufo-Addo was asking me why I'm refusing to debate Bawumia. You know, Bawumia doesn't deserve a debate. He is losing this election. I will not elevate him to my level and go and sit and debate him. Their campaign is failing. They have no message. And so he wants to be elevated to my level. No. I know my level.
Since the year 2000, Ghana has been keen on presidential debates as the call for a debate on the economy continues to gain momentum. In a rebuttal, the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, mocked John Dramani Mahama, saying Mahama is the only one-term president in the history of Ghana.
Mahama, there are no one-term presidents, you know, there. Yeah, no any about Amai Bawumia. And it's a son of person, it's a class of one or woman. Entino untumi Bawumia entra eponso enkasa. Well, na esonwara yede na say. Ye tiase so say class of one so there. Enya de papa. Uni classmate. Presidential candidate uni classmate. Ankonam.
At a rally in Kandai in the northern region on Tuesday, John Dramani Mahama threw down the gauntlets, challenging Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to address 5 critical economic issues.
He should answer only 3 questions. 3. Why is the exchange rate 17 cedis to the dollar? Question 1. Exam, he should come and write. Why has Ghana's debt risen from 120 billion to 767 billion in 8 years? Question 2, you should come and answer. Question 3, why is inflation where it is? Why did it rise to 54% under your administration for 8 years? And then let me add 2 more. Question 4, why did you borrow 42 billion cedis from the Bank of Ghana? Why did you borrow 42 billion cedis from the Bank of Ghana? He should come and answer those questions. We don't need 170 questions.
However, reacting to Mohammed's 5 questions, Dr. Bawumia described his questions as flimsy and insisted on engaging Mahama in a debate. He, however, posed 50 questions to Mahama, focusing on his term of office as president in comparison to the current Akufo-Addo-led term. John Dramani Mahama, who seems to swear Bawumia's 50 questions, has emphasized that the debate was unnecessary for Dr. Bawumia to address these questions, which he believes are crucial for Ghanaians.
I woke up this morning and I saw 50 questions to me. It looks like our vice president has just learned those things in the 50 questions the way we used to learn Baba, Black Sheep, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Because I asked you 5 simple questions on the economy. That's all. Simple questions that Ghanaians want you to answer. You go and respond with how many compost plants did you build? How many this did you build? That is not what the issue is in Ghana today.
In the build-up to the 2016 general elections, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was the running mate for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, dragged the then former Vice President, Kwesi Mr. Arthur, to answer one. With the Vice President and the former President, John Dramani Mahama, and this political debate, well, time and season will tell us. Away from the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has endorsed the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as the ideal successor to lead Ghana forward. And during a taste tour of the Bono East region on October 29th, President Akufo-Addo expressed his confidence in Dr. Bawumia's ability to elevate Ghana to an advanced level, citing his impressive track record and vision for the country's development.
Who presuma who fairly 2016 review 2020 a couple soon year about a year. You see, I told him said the program of Panina and all the data of Wase about the Damase. And the young Persia will share me in a bois and a GTR now. Kakra, my 2-term president of Ghana. Read that to me. As an ever wanted, my young father, and of what Sabrino, now about 20 minutes. 80, the most young and that I'm looking. Now, they are
Zido Nation, a musical group from Kaswa, has launched an initiative to promote peace in Kaswa and its surrounding areas ahead of the December elections. The program, which includes a peace walk, live concert, tree planting and football gala, aims to bring together 50,000 youth from the 13 electoral areas in Kaswa.
By engaging the community, especially youths, the program seeks to promote a culture of peace and stability, ensuring Kaswa remains a nice place to live. The initiative has gained support from the 2 main political parties, the Ghana Police Service, Ghana National Affairs Service, traditional leaders, and other partners. Zido Nation CEO John Zido emphasizes the importance of creating awareness for peace, dispelling perceptions of Kaswa as a war zone, and urging youth to avoid actions that could bring chaos.
Yeti Kaswa no sena Kaswa jidi mbon ya yeti Kaswa ni yenhuni sa Kaswa ye cool place obia betumi abetina obi ti abrochi so oto ade kura na o ka chense o land, especially land bi o Kaswa na so on to land o say o Kaswa de mi mba o obi ti baby no ye recommend Kaswa krama na or rejecting Kaswa. As if say Kaswa is a war zone. The say Mitchell Ghana for you now say Kaswa is not a war zone.
Speaking to journalists, Fire Commander for Awusi Senior East, ADO1 Charles Lamte, emphasized the importance of prioritizing home safety measures before heading out to vote to prevent fire outbreaks. He also warned against taking photos of ballots at the polling station.
My advice to the general public in particular is that we are going to a crucial election. So we are appealing to all Ghanaians, everybody should be careful. Everybody should go to the police station, cast his or a vote, and come back to the home in peace, in a peaceful manner. Please, when we are going to, make sure that we are fully prepared. Concerning our safety aspect of the issue is that sometimes they will go to the police station, forgetting that they have to put their electrical gadgets off, their gas cylinders off. They leave it because they are there to go and vote and come. Before they rise, there's a fire outbreak in their home. So we are appealing to them that when they are prepared to go to the house, we will make sure that they are putting everything off, whether their cylinder or their electrical gadgets off, before they go.
Additionally, Togbe Amedro, area chief of Kaswa Kumbe, stressed the need for peace during and after elections. He sees the election as an opportunity for Kaswa to shed its negative reputation, urging voters to return home immediately after casting their votes.
Photo na mema Kaswa for say ye peace asundwe na ye Kaswa ha. Say na ye Kaswa for ye kwati ye ni social media bebia Kaswa anye ye na eti ha no enye sa na eti maybe ade asi o bleku ombeba Kaswa de esi o ofanko ombeba Kaswa de enti dia be ka say ye asundwe ye pe basa Kaswa asi we ye asundwe ha.
Security expert Dr. Adam Bona has emphasized the alarming rise of vigilante groups and urged political parties, the National Security Minister, to take swift action ahead of the upcoming elections. Now, Dr. Bona's concerns highlight the pressing need for effective measures to prevent electoral violence and ensure peaceful democratic process.
Care Ghana, in partnership with Frederick Ebert Stiftung, recently hosted the second installment of its Democracy Lecture Series, focusing on Ghana's democratic development, assessing the implementation of vigilante and related offences 2019 to ensure peaceful elections on December 7th this year. This initiative aims to address rising electoral violence and inflammatory statements by high-ranking officials and promote transparency in the electoral process. During the event, security expert Dr. Adam Bona delivered a keynote address cautioning against deploying military personnel on election day.
Vigilantism and Other Offences Act is a cornerstone that we must build upon it. Do not deploy the military for front-line election duty. Do not deploy the military. At least, is it Jachi Kweson's election? Was the offense North? I say North. I think the police made us aware that they can do this work. So let's leave this in the hands of the police. No one would deploy the military. Deploying the military, if you ask me, would be tantamount to stealing the upcoming election. So let's not deploy the military. I have had conversations with military commanders at the top, some of them, and they will tell me that, you see, the way you people bastardize us, we don't want to be involved in civilian matters.
He also expressed concerns about the recent chieftaincy clash in Boko, questioning the feasibility of holding elections in the area due to security concerns. Dr. Bona urged all Ghanaians to pray for peace in Boko.
Let's say a prayer to Boko. Boko is in turmoil. And so once the media is here, let's say a prayer, to the people of Boko. We are told 8 people died. So far, 8 people have died, or the number could be bigger. And 2 brothers died on their way to bury their father. After burying their father, when they were exiting, they were pulled out of a vehicle and shot and killed there and there. It tells you that whatever we are doing today has to do with election violence. and how to stop it, and election security. I'm not sure whether there will be elections in Boku with what is happening 40 days to, you know, I'll break the 8, you can't break the 8 elections.
The National Media Commission (NMC) is launching a media watch app to combat misinformation and disinformation ahead of Ghana's general elections. This innovative tool empowers both journalists and citizens to report suspicious activities at polling stations in real time, ensuring swift action against electoral malfeasance.
In this upcoming election, we are launching a special app that we think is a game changer in addressing some of these issues that are of concern to people, including disinformation and misinformation. So as you sit, you can actually go on, depending on what phone you are using, either the App Store or the Play Store, and then download Media Watch. And this is how it works. This is GPS stamped, it is time stamped. So any incident that you observe anywhere in relation to the election or any content that you see on television or hear on radio, you can easily record. It has facilities for video and audio recording. And the moment you record and you submit, it automatically comes to our strong room. If it is something that requires official response, because of the GPS stamping, it goes to the nearest official line that is closest to the incident. So in the elections, if somebody is making a claim about an incident happening at a polling station, and somebody at the polling station has submitted the material, it is so easily verifiable because of the time stamping and the GPS, you can't manipulate the content. At the same time, it offers us facility to protect the journalist. Also because if something happens, because of the easy access to the police and all, we're discussing with the Ghana Health Service also to see if using the same facility we can track to the nearest clinics and health centers for the journalists. So these are some of the things that we are doing.
We have just 36 days to the general election and we continue to be your election court. Coming up on the program, government announces to support private businesses to foster growth and international competitiveness. Big of details coming up shortly, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the program. I am Bright AWUSI. To some business story, Deputy Trade Minister Michael Ochrebefi has announced that the government will support and small private business fostering growth and international competitiveness through sustainable practices. This initiative, according to him, aims to create a stable economy in the long term.
The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry recently held its 48th annual general meeting, marking an exciting new chapter with the introduction of its fresh executive team. This year's meeting centered around the vital theme of adopting sustainable business practices to promote long-term economic growth and development. Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Michael Ochrebefi, graced the event as the guest of honor, emphasizing the government's commitment to empowering local businesses.
Growth and prosperity of this country depends on you as a businessman. We Africans have decided for the first time to do business amongst ourselves. So all the 55 African countries except Eritrea have signed the agreement so that we can do business amongst ourselves duty-free, quota-free. So that the business has come to stay. So if you are a business owner like Petrosol operating in Ghana, Petrosol, when it become a member of the African Continental Free Trade, can now also operate fully as a business in Namibia, in Tanzania who have also signed the agreement. Out of the 55 African countries, 54 countries have signed the agreement and 47 countries have ratified the agreement, and Ghana is part of it.
The government's support for local businesses is set to foster growth, development, and international competitiveness. Michael Ochiribafi highlighted the importance of sustainable practices in enabling these businesses to thrive and compete on the global stage.
The intentions of this government, for our future government, is that we believe that the whole world should understand that Ghana is a strong country, and so we are moving from the normal way where people can go and take loans from here and dodge and go and take another loan from here, and so people cannot even measure their credit worthiness. Now we want to introduce a new idea called the credit score system, where Ghanaians will now be given credit scores. Your credit.
Still in business, the Ministry of Transport has rejected the proposed 15% hike in fares by the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, labeling it unjustified. At a press conference in Accra on Wednesday, Deputy Minister Al-Hassan Suleimana Tampoli pointed out that Ghana has the lowest petrol prices globally, suggesting that the transport fares should decrease, not increase.
We've heard some noises coming from Drivers' Union about the threatened increase in lorry fares. I want to say here unequivocally that there's no basis for any such increase in lorry fares between now and the next 6 months. The leadership are here and they know what we do, the triggers that would arise in increase of lorry fares. Nothing of that sort has happened. And indeed, as at this morning, Ghana is one of 9 countries that have prices of petrol below $1. And in West Africa, we have only 3 countries out of the 15 countries. Needless to say, Nigeria will be there, Liberia, and the next country is Ghana. So the prices that we have in Ghana is one of the lowest anywhere in the world. We are rivaling countries like Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, Angola, Sudan. All of these countries are major oil producing countries. So there can't be any basis for any increments in lorry fare. As a matter of fact, there should be even reduction in lorry fares. So let this message go out to the drivers' union that are threatening any increase in lorry fare. His Excellency the Vice President has said that lorry fares would definitely go down if we are able to bring down the price of petroleum product below $1. And currently we are at 0.9. We've heard some...
On the international front, volunteers of different ages are planting samplings across Iraq in campaigns aimed at fighting climate change and global warming, which have been the catalyst for desertification in the country. The following report has more.
In a barren and shadeless area of Basra in Iraq, a group of environmental hobbyists and volunteers are attempting to fight the effects of rising temperatures and urbanisation that have been the catalyst for desertification in the country. In recent years, Iraqi agriculture has suffered from a lack of rainfall linked to climate change. Less water is flowing through its 2 main rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, and decades of conflict has interfered with cultivation. Ali Hassim is founder of the Eternity Project, which is hoping to reverse that through afforestation.
Basra was more affected than others by the phenomenon of global warming, to the point that some weather forecasters call Basra and this region, including Basra, the mouth of the global oven as a result of the rise in temperatures. So this necessitated that we start the steps of reforestation from now. It cannot be delayed more than this, as with time passing we may lose certain types of species, plants and even wild animals.
In Basra, campaigners say mass pollution has meant they must use a forest system to prevent damage to new plantings, but that requires manpower, which Hassim found through reaching out to hobbyists on social media. Ali Mana is a volunteer.
We started with 1,100 saplings, and God willing, we will continue with the remaining thousands in various places in the city that need this green barrier. We were able to supply water to this desert area, but the efforts were, frankly, great to supply and to sustain the water in these agricultural areas without the winter. This is so that next summer, these plants have a solid form, so that they are capable of forming a green veil, a green barrier.
The United Nations puts Iraq...
Let's bring you an update from the world of sports.
Access Bank Division 1 League, and it's going to be a crunch game between two top teams from the same city. This happens to be a derby, and it's a game between Techiman Heroes Sporting Club and also Techiman Liberty Youth at 3 p.m. at Ohinamel Park in Techiman. The game will be live on Globe Television. Now let's take the match officials for this particular game as we gear towards one of the best games in the Division 1 League. The venue is Ohinamel Park, and the center referee will be Fuseni Alfa Bade, and the assistants will be Patricia Chirewa and also Samuel Owusu. The fourth official happens to be Andrews Awurisa, while the match commissioner will be Al-Hassan, Alidu Al-Hassan. This is what we will be giving you live today on Globe TV in terms of the Access Bank Division 1 League. To women's football, there will also be another game this very day on this same channel. That will be a game between Fosu Royal Ladies and Tamale Super Ladies. That game is on 10 a.m. 10 a.m. at the Ohene Amiel Park, that same venue. So 10 a.m. there will be a game, and also 3 p.m. there will also be another game. And tomorrow, which happens to be Saturday, at the Bantama AstroTurf, it's going to be Kumasi Sports Academy playing against Ampem Dakonwa Ladies. All these games will be live on this same channel. The Ghana Premier League is also getting exciting as we usher ourselves into the match day 9. And just as we've been giving you over the week, it's Midiama playing Heart of Folk, Accra Lions against FC Samates, Asante Kodoko will play Heart of Lions, Vision FC against Adriana Stars, in Swatreman versus Bechem United, Brekum Chelsea will also take on Baseke Holy Stars, Karela United will play Nations FC, Bibiani Gold Stars are the only undefeated team in the Ghana Premier League at the Dance Park will battle it out against Dreams FC. So it's going to be Frimpong Manson against Abdul Karim Zito. Away from the games, these are the games that will be live on various channels. Mediama and Hearts of Folk will be live. Also, Accra Lions and Samates will come on your TV. The Porcupine Warriors against Hearts of Lions will be live on Globe TV. These are the games that you have on your screens. Now, Hearts of Folk will play against Mediama this evening. Let's take the match officials for that particular game. At the TNA Sports Stadium, the center referee will be Mohammed Misbah. The assistants are Halilu Al-Hassan and also Abdullah Abdul Salam. The fourth official will be Ayaba Ibrahim, and the match commissioner is Kwesi Asante. Now, Kotoko playing against Heart of Lions. These are the match officials. At the Linkley Sports Stadium, Emmanuel Graham will be at the center, while Richard Nati and Peter Dowser will be the assistants. The fourth official will be Adari Abdul Latif, while the match commissioner will be Abubakar Abdul Ganiu. Now, the top scorers of the Ghana Premier League, Albert Amoa continues to lead with 5 goals. He plays for Asante Kotoko. Faisal Chawite with 4 goals for Nations FC. Emmanuel Mafo with 4 for Diana Stars. And also Samuel Atakumi with 3. Osa Tete Bernardino also has 2 for Mediama Sporting Club. Few stories from the foreign front. In the Italian Serie A, AS Roma won by 1-0 against Torino. This saved the job for the technical team, because a defeat would have led to the sack for them. And also in Saudi Arabia, the Jeddah derby between Al Ittihad and Al Ahly ended 1-0 in favor of the Yellow and Blacks. that goal from Frank Kessie was ruled off as an offside goal, and so Al Ittihad Jeddah won by 1-0 over Al Ali Jeddah. That was the Jeddah derby. That's all for sports this morning. I am Robert Konye. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to the program. We take a recap of the top stories. NDC and NPP presidential candidates lock horns in a battle of questions and answer tags ahead of December polls. And President Akufo-Addo has endorsed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the ideal successor to lead Ghana. You also hear from the international front where volunteers plant samplings across Iraq to fight global warming. On behalf of the entire production team led by Alexander Hineje, many thanks for watching. I am Brighter Usi. The news team was directed by Kelvin Yeboah and Abena Makai. Many thanks for watching. I am Brighter Usi. Have a good morning and enjoy the rest of our program. See you on Monday.